Face reality, people. Movies are dead. Games are dead. Narrative? Dead.
Media is nothing but neural trigger response and viral conditioning.
Wait, what are you two talking about?
What it is. All right. Time to react to some movie stuff. Well, movies and politics, I guess. But listen, it's their fault. Critical, fake drinking, fake drunk guy is going to bring up American politics. So I'm like, and he's talking about a movie at the same time. So I'm like, you know what? Let me wreck this fool on this shit because he knows fucking nothing. You're going to hear in this video. This guy knows zippity zap. And probably, I guess Anthony Mackie doesn't know shit either. Just be honest, he probably doesn't know. I don't know. I think it's a mystery, but you'll see what I'm talking about. But here we go. Here's our reaction right now with the critical drinker, the fake drunk guy himself, Captain Anti-America? Question mark. Here we go.
Wow, talk about bad timing, man. I think it's fair to say that Captain America Brave New World has had a rocky ride these past few months, what with all the delays and the reshoots and the spiraling budgets and the growing public apathy towards the film. But hey ho, sometimes you just have to soldier through, right? And with the movie finally in the can and the premiere just a couple of weeks away, maybe the worst was finally behind them now. All they really had to do was stay the course, keep their mouths shut and...
For me...
By the way, it's not his real voice, by the way. His real voice.
I don't talk like this normally. When I'm ordering Domino's, I don't talk like this.
Anyways, here we go.
them now. All they really had to do was stay the course, keep their mouths shut and...
For me, Captain America represents a lot of different things, and I don't think the term, America should be one of those representations.
Oh.
Now, I don't know what the fuck he means by that. Well, I have no idea what Anthony Mackie means by that. If he meant, like, the brand America, I'd say, okay, that makes sense. You have to explain it, but, if you do what Anthony Mackie does do, which is try to walk it back, then you're going to look like a fucking idiot. Let's be honest. But if he actually meant something by that, like, oh, America, like, America, fuck it, like, the brand of America, no, that should not represent Captain, like, that is not Captain America. He's supposed to represent, like, actual America, right? Not the U.S. government, not the U.S. propaganda, but actual America, like what people want it to mean. Like the best of America is what he's supposed to represent. I'm pretty sure. And this whole idea of the brand of America as being something negative has been in Captain America's movies. Captain America, Winter Soldier. Guess what was brought up in that movie? Operation Paperclip. Yes, in a fucking Marvel movie where the United States brought in Nazi scientists, yes, Nazis as in participating in the fucking Holocaust Nazis, over to America to work for them. I guess they call them Hydra in Marvel world or whatever, or a faction of Hydra, but they brought up a real operation in the movie called Operation Paperclip. That's a real thing. The U.S. actually brought over Nazi scientists. Now, does that represent Captain fucking America? No! He's supposed to be against that shit. He represents real America versus the branding of America, which is what a lot of, when George Bush is dropping bombs over Iraq, that's the brand, like, it's American freedom here. Like, what's the joke? We're going to go bring them some freedom, and it comes in the form of a bomb, right? That's like, oh, those are the fake fucking guys. Or Civil War, where, where Captain America sees the, like, oh, this is the right thing to do. Forget about the politics of it. What's the right thing to do? Thus, it's Stand By His Friend, who was mind controlled by these same Nazi scientist guys. Or, I guess became Russian. Whatever. But there's factions of them working within the U.S. government that he was working against. Because he's supposed to stand for the do the right thing shit. Right? That's what he feels America should represent. Captain America himself. Thus, if there's someone who lives in America, uses the brand of America, but doesn't actually represent people, he should be like, yo, fuck you. You don't represent us. You're fake America. I'm the real thing. I'm the real representative. Hopefully that makes sense to the audience. I know there's a lot of fans of the fake drunk guy that won't understand that. They turn their fucking brains off because does he have a big dick or something? I don't know what it is. Smooth ride, smooth sailing for you guys. I don't know what it is, why you're into the guy, but whatever. Hopefully you understand what I was saying there. But here we go.
The comments in question come from a press event in Rome a couple of weeks ago where Anthony Mackie shared his thoughts on what Captain America means to him and others.
Presser
and,
in
wow, talk
Rome.
about a bad choice of words.
You know,
You found it.
It's kind of. This is kind of like a.
Are you dumb or something?
It's funny, you know, because you can tell by the way he's stumbling and hesitating after he said it that he knew he'd fucked up and was desperately scrambling for a way to recover, only to make the whole thing even worse.
Now here's the thing. Did he feel he fucked up and like, oh fuck, this is about marketing the movie and branding the movie and all that shit? I fucked up there. But as far as having an opinion on it, I don't know because I didn't get to hear his actual like. What do you mean by any of that?
Sounds like weasel shit.
It could honestly be like I had an idea with this, but then I realized this is not good marketing. Which is what fake drunk guy, nerdrotic. This is what these guys are about, which is getting actors to shut up and not having real opinions. That's what it seems like. I think that's partially what these guys are into. Anti-America. Fucking losers. Anyways, here we go.
It's about a man who keeps his word, who has honor, dignity, and integrity. Someone who is trustworthy and dependable.
See, when you base your premise on excluding America.
That kind of makes sense. Because he did the hand gesture like he's saying, like, in quotes, quote unquote, America, versus, like, oh, he shows integrity no matter what, right? Even if it goes against, quote unquote, America, the brand, right? That makes sense to me. Now, Anthony Mackie needs to actually explain that for me to take that as what he actually meant. But, who knows? I can't say I know exactly what he meant by that, because he didn't fully explain it. Or, fake drunk guy didn't play the rest of it. Maybe I need to go look that up myself. But either way, if I said these words, if I said, oh, the branding of, like, America, I could fully explain it. There's nothing you could do about it. And critical, fake drunk fucking guy will avoid me. He'd avoid saying anything about what I say. Because he can't... Come on, dude. You start entering politics, these guys are JV kids at best. They're JV at best. And I usually, on this channel, I stay away from politics for the most part. But if one of the entertainers bring it up, why can't I do it, huh? Why can't I just shit on them about it? So, here we go.
Who is trustworthy and dependable.
See, when you base your premise on excluding America from the character's identity, even though he's called Captain America, and then go on to list all of his virtues like keeping his word and doing the right thing, you're implicitly suggesting that those very traits no longer represent what America is as a country. And well...
It was already represented in the movies. I already explained this, right? Even the Accords, the UN Accords and Captain America Civil War, he's going against the American establishment to do the right thing. Now, are they less America than he is? If you're saying that, then Anthony Mackie, when he uses those, like, America, like, in quotes, I think he's talking about the government guys versus actually representing America, like the actual, like, the strive of character to be, the strive of integrity to be or to have, right? That's what he's, I guess, supposed to actually represent. But yeah. Here we go. Here's more of a non-American fake drunk guy.
that those very traits no longer represent
Ad
what America
hominem.
is as a country.
Internet
And well,
dweeb
that's
ass.
not exactly a popular sentiment
Debate
right
bro
now, both from a
puss ass.
character and a cultural point of view. Patriotism's always been at the core of who Captain America is as a character. It's the very reason he joined the army and risked his life to be part of the Super Soldier program in the first place, because he wanted to fight and defend not just America, but American values of freedom, justice, and equality. He represents the ideals and aspirations of the greatest generation, the men.
But if the government doesn't represent that, he says fuck you to them. They show that in the movies. Is he a fucking idiot? Who's it? Whatever, man. Like, who are these fucking people that viewers, like, boost up as some sort of voice of something? And it's like, they're terrible at it. 2 fucking minutes of pushback, and this dude's, like, his whole premise is ripped to fucking shreds already. It actually is. The movies themselves rip his point to shreds. It's like he didn't watch them or something. I don't even like fucking Marvel movies. I kind of shit on them a bit. I have a little bit more respect for the Captain America movies. I think they're a little bit better than some of the other garbage out there, but still. It's like when Steve Rogers sees a problem with America, the government, the institution of America, he stands against it. That's part of his character. That's part of his fucking movies. Holy crap, bro. It's like, fuckface who works for the army who's ready to bomb kids. Like, yeah, Captain America stands by him because that's also, that's America. Like, what? Supposed to throw the branding away and go with the real fucking deal, right? But here we go.
He represents the ideals and aspirations of the greatest generation, the men who fought and sacrificed to make the world we live in today, men who...
Once again, see, like, for him, I guess? Whatever. I get it. He's playing politics. He's appealing to sensibilities of the quote-unquote greatest generation. It doesn't even make sense to me. It should be about individuals because, let's be honest, your same generation had Hitlers in it. or Churchill's in it. If you don't like it, hey, if Hitler's too obvious for you, you have Churchill, you have Truman, who bombed a surrendering country twice with the biggest bombs ever dropped in humans' history. He dropped 2 of them on a surrendering country. Hello, guys. I know. Fake drunk guy doesn't know that shit, but I'm just throwing seeds out there. I'm just planting seeds, you know. Maybe someone will look it up. Maybe the audience members instead of crying about, oh, why are you insulting my favorite fucking YouTuber? Maybe one day they'll fucking investigate what I'm saying. Like, you're kind of right, but fuck you, man. This fake drunk guy is my hero. Maybe me doing this video is an excuse to Sean know that they're audience members. They claim to not want politics in their movies, but actually do want politics in their movies, just their own version of politics in their movies. But their politics actually suck ass when you investigate it. For just a couple minutes. Just a couple minutes of investigation. You realize their politics suck ass too. It's hilarious, bro. Anyways. Here we go.
Loved their country and in return were loved by it. To take that away from him is to hollow out the core of who he is, and it demonstrates a real lack of understanding of what makes him such a timeless hero in the first place. The other reason is cultural.
Nobody cared about him until Disney movies.
Seems to be going through a bit of a comeback these days. Can't imagine what that feels like. And our tolerance for retro place. The other reason is cultural. American national pride seems to be going through a bit of a comeback these days. Can't imagine what that feels like. And our tolerance for rich, opinionated Hollywood celebrities is at an all-time low. I can definitely...
What's funny is, America just voted in a rich American celebrity in the fucking office. Yo. What the fuck?
Yeah, he's bitching about rich Americans.
Oh, fuck. Now, personally, from my point of view, you should want to hear more from... Celebrities used to just like, I don't do politics. Or they would only put it in their movies but not say anything. Like, it's always been in film. I don't know what these idiots told you. Johnny-come-latelys, like, like, oh, 2016, the thing happened, and there's all these politics in our movies. Like, it's always been there. There's always been preachiness. There's always been the idea of tolerance and racial equality and gender equality and battling homophobia, whatever fucking words they call it. That's always been around in film. No one noticed till 2016, apparently, and they started like doing it in a harsher way, I guess, in mainstream Hollywood. They would do more of it, I guess, or harsher versions of it in film. But it's always been there. It's always been. V for Vendetta, people love that movie, right? But plenty of talking about like, oh, gays are being fucking killed and black hooded and put in labs and shit like that, or minorities or whatever the fuck, right? That's always been around in film. But I get it. The newer era where I guess people have social medias and they can say more things to the public from their own fucking point of view. I'm like, cool, say more of it. Doesn't mean I agree with it. Just like, why not have them say more? And this idea of American this fucking fake, you're not even American ass fake drunk guy talking about American nationalism on the rise. Like, I think it's a wrong crooked version of what maybe people should be doing. In my opinion, it should be about righteousness and morality instead of brand America, which is the thing that's being propped up right now. It's not, good old grandpa telling World War II fucking stories of dealing with Charlie and shit. Like, no. I think it's a whole branding effort where this orange penguin comes into office and does the same thing the other guy was doing, but has a different brand on top of it. Thus, they're like, yeah, America's back. Like, you fucking idiots have no idea what's happening underneath the hood at all. You're not paying attention to it. But hey, it is what it is. He's a foreigner. Let's be real, he doesn't look into politics, right? If he looked into politics, he would have wrote a better fucking story for his proof of concept of his fucking TV show thing. He would have wrote something way better because the intricacies of conspiracies in the world and shit like that and historical ideas, it's all right there for you. He just hasn't looked into it. His writing has suffered. And thus, his commentary on what America means is also suffering. Anyways, there we go.
To be going through a bit of a comeback these days. Can't imagine what that feels like. And our tolerance for rich, opinionated Hollywood celebrities is
Donald Trump is a rich Hollywood celebrity.
Imagine what that feels like. Combine these two factors together.
So is Reagan.
You've got a powder keg just waiting to explode, and it seems like Anthony Mackie might just be the match. The thing is, I actually like Mackie as an actor, and until now, he's generally been pretty solid when it comes to interviews like this.
I take my kids to the movies to see Avengers. It's $150. I'm like, I don't even want to see myself that much.
So I really want to give the guy the benefit of the doubt. It might be that because he was in Europe instead of America, he was trying to find common ground with his audience and emphasize the character's universal heroic appeal. Shit, man, he might even have been fed talking points like this by some dumbass PR advisor from Marvel. The backlash, though, has gotten so bad that he even had to come out and clarify his position with an official statement. Let me be clear about this. I'm a proud American, and taking on the shield of a hero like Cap is the honour of a lifetime. I've got the utmost respect for those who serve and have served our country. Cap has universal characteristics that people all over the world can relate to.
Let me pause out there, because I found it interesting that he capitalized Cap. Like, is that like is that a hidden message right there, Anthony Mackie?
Cap.
That's the only thing he fully capitalized every letter, right? Is that a thing?
I don't know.
Is he sending messages here?
He FanDuel.
Oh man. Well, yeah, but hey, if this is from Anthony Mackie's mouth, and his idea is like, just to make the character more universal instead of just about America, okay. But my reasoning, if it was me, I'd be like, Yeah, I don't represent America, the brand, because you can see the foreign wars they start. They take the oil. They do this. They do that all over the fucking world. Captain America would never stand for that, ever. He represents the guy on the street. The dude who's fucking bricklaying, a.k.a. Aaron Eckhart. Right? He's representing the carpenters of the world and the teachers and the college kids and just the healthy American idea, the melting pot of America and the vibe of that thing. Right? He's a kid from Brooklyn, from a middle to lower class Brooklyn, and he rose up to be fucking Captain America because he represents those motherfuckers, man. The real America, not these dudes in suits that bomb fucking poor people all over the world. That would have been my thing, but I truly suspect Anthony Mackie does not have the courage to say anything like that out loud. And he's all right as an actor. He's okay. Like his pick of films and the job he does with those films, he's whatever. He's not like, I'm not going out of my way to be like, oh my god, that's Anthony Mackie. Let me go watch that fucking movie. Like, nah. He's not there with that. Natalie Portman, though, I'm there. I'm there all day, every day. Just from her name, I'm going to watch the movie. I'm just saying. Or Daniel Day-Lewis, like, I'm there. Denzel, I'm there for it. But whatever. Here we go.
Again, I don't pretend to know the guy, so I'd prefer to believe that he's telling the truth here, and this has all been a big misunderstanding caused by a poor choice of words. Either way though, it all contributes to a generally negative atmosphere that seems to be building around this movie and Mackie's version of the Captain America character. Let's not forget that the last time we saw Sam Wilson with the shield, it was in the racially and politically charged Falcon and the Winter Soldier, a show that saw racism around literally every corner, that tried to frame violent terrorists who murder innocent people because they want free stuff as sympathetic anti-heroes.
The terrorists only set us back a bit.
You have to stop calling them terrorists. I mean, this.
I did watch this show. I don't remember too much of it. I remember the bits and pieces. I remember this part, the little speech at the end. I get what they were trying to say with, like, oh no, these are like, people in shitty circumstances, and in their minds they feel this is the only way to fight back. Which is, I guess, what regular people would call terrorism, I guess, in a lot of cases, right? I mean, granted, some of these things seem a little, like ISIS smells a little fishy, right? They don't seem like the same thing as maybe somewhere else. If some sort of political action, political violence, like I hate all of it. But at the same time, if you're gonna call this group a terrorist, you're gonna have to call this other group. Like, you're gonna have to do that, bro. And it's like, looking at some of the U.S. military action, like, yeah, you probably have to do that too with them. Like it is what it is. It is what it is. Here we go.
Girl died trying to stop you. And no one has stopped for 1 second to ask why.
And whose genius solution to complex social and political problems requiring years of diplomacy and compromise was...
You've gotta do better, Senator.
And the thing is, that show did...
Yeah, it's fucking lame. But if they truly laid out, like, if they made this group, this quote-unquote, the terrorist group or whatever, and the Captain America, or what's it, Falcon and Winter Soldier, if they truly laid out Western or American politics, like flatline that motherfucker, like haymaker, right hand that motherfucker, you would be up here pissing and moaning about it. I truly believe that. I truly believe this fake drunk guy would be crying about it. It is what it is. But here we go. Let's be real, he's probably a political ignoramus and doesn't know shit about anything. But yet, like, yeah, I get it. I get it. Question everyone and anyone. I get that, but it's like his replacement is just boilerplate, lukewarm shit that Bill the Butcher is gonna spew out of his fucking mouth because it's trash ass politics, bro. Right up. But here we go.
Didn't even resonate particularly well at the time when all of this ridiculous stuff was arguably at its peak. But holy shit, man, have things...
Those things will never, they can't resonate because guys like you and these other fuckfaces, you built up these narratives to where anytime they hear some sort of counter to, I don't know, conservative ideology, political ideas or whatever, or quote unquote normalcy, anything that's different than that, you guys like, look at how stupid this is. Get woke, go broke. Like, same old stupid shit. You guys have been perpetuating that shit for years now. You made your living off of it, my man. And that's how you made your living. So like,
It does.
it still does. So like, if someone opens their mouths and says something counter to you, you're gonna get your little dweeby small dick army to fucking rally against them, bro. I see these guys shitting on a Snow White movie that has not been in existence yet, bro. It doesn't exist yet, and they're calling the movie shitty. I'm like, how the fuck do you do that? Now, it's probably going to suck, because it's a Disney live-action remake. That's why it's probably going to suck. But they're more focused on what the girl said about her politics, and that there's going to be some themes in the movie about her that maybe align with her politics. Like, okay, you could say it's probably going to suck or whatever. I don't know. I can't say I know. But like, I'm sure we probably did the same thing with Barbie, didn't they? They were like, they got wrecked that the movie made a shit ton of money and people liked it. They're like, oh well, all right, leave this movie alone.
Ignore it. Yeah,
Exactly.
hell yeah.
Weird, man. Like, they come up with these narratives for things. Then if it doesn't work out in the way they say, like, they just disappears. It goes away. It's bizarre. But whatever. Yeah, man. Like, maybe try looking. Like, get the internet now, fake drunk guy. Look into some shit. Seriously. But here we go.
And the thing is, that show didn't even resonate particularly well at the time when all of this ridiculous stuff was arguably at its peak. But holy shit, man, have things changed since then? Americans have gotten a bit tired of being told that their country sucks by elitist pricks who only exist because of the very privilege it provides, and for a lot of...
But the other people are saying the country sucks because those guys they think those guys are in charge. Like, they think like Biden or Harris represented that, right? So they think like, oh, those guys suck, which means our country sucks because of these guys, right? Is that the counter to tripping?
Time when all of this ridiculous stuff was arguably at its peak. But holy shit, man, have things changed since then? Americans have gotten a bit tired of being told that their country sucks by elitist pricks who only exist because of the very privilege it provides, and for a lot of MCU fans, Sam Wilson kind of represents that cynical, anti-patriotic, anti-American era of Marvel filmmaking.
Bruh. I can tell you right now. Depends on what you're like. Hey, man, if you're against children being burned and charred to death, then you don't like the way this country moves around the world. Like, just be honest. You're against the way it moves around the world. Now, if a filmmaker points that out and you go, oh, the emotional, rich, leftist, liberal guys saying this shit. Like, but that still could be in existence, though, right? As like, hey, I could see why they're mad about this or that. From my perspective, it looked like to me like, okay, they got the green light to openly say these ideas that they were already believing, already putting in their movies for years, decades, already there. Maybe a little bit more extreme in other cases because, let's be real, the corporate marketing guys want to take that message and use it as a way to make more money. But there are like creators who have been politically leaning in directions their whole career. Like, Mark Ruffalo has already been that before, Zoom calls with Disney or promoting certain politicians or against other politicians. He's already been like that, I'm pretty sure. So, do we tell him, like, just stop? Like, shut up and act? Shut up and turn into the Hulk? Is that what we tell Mark Ruffalo? Like, Shut up and play the Hulk from some guy who's not from America. I don't know. But you seem to be trying to rally Americans towards a direction, which is just bizarre. Also, it's also very bizarre. But I get it. I get it. It's a culture thing for you guys, not realizing the people you set up to quote unquote fix these things are also snake oil motherfuckers taking money out of your back pocket without you looking, bro. You just don't fucking know that. It's like they're children. They don't fucking realize that. And I guess it's gonna take like a mushroom cloud from the like pickup. Like, wait a minute, this guy's corrupt the whole time. Fuck. Or catch one of these content creators swimming in piles of cash on secret camera footage or something. Like, oh wait a minute, this isn't about honor, integrity, and truth. It's about filling your fucking pockets. Fuck. But anyways, there we go.
One who was literally handed the achievements of a guy who fought and sacrificed more than he ever did, and then had the brass neck to complain about it afterwards. In short, I think a lot of people were just
what a
looking
metaphor,
for
bro!
reasons to
What a
hate this
subtle
film, and whether
subtext
he
there.
meant to or not, Anthony Mackie might just have given them exactly what they were looking for. The only question now is whether Captain America can hope to survive the firestorm. Anyway, that's all.
Okay. So I just wanted one last disclaimer before I end the video here. If Captain America Brave New World, I think that's the name of it. If that movie sucks, that does not mean if you complain about America, you're wrong. I just want that absolutely understood by the childish nature of thinking I'm seeing a lot of days. Right? If Snow White sucks, it doesn't mean making Snow White Puerto Rican is the worst thing in film history. It doesn't make them. It's not the reason why the movie's bad. I'm just saying, because it feels like there's like a 1-to-1 attachment with these guys and their thinking. It's just weird, right? Hopefully, movies get judged by their quality, and then you complain about the peripheral shit later, right? They have like, okay, Bruce Wayne. They make a new Batman. Bruce Wayne dies, and they replace him with Bob. And Bob is the new Batman. It's like, I don't want some guy named Bob as my fucking. He's out of shape and shit. Look at this fool. But the movie's like amazing. I'd be like, yo, that movie's amazing. But that ain't the Batman I want though. Like, Bob's kind of a trash Batman though. I can make both arguments at the same time. It's pretty simple. Right? If this new Captain America movie sucks ass, does not make America good all of a sudden. Doesn't mean putting messaging about America doing fucked up things is a bad thing. Doesn't mean that. Just means they suck at executing and showcasing that philosophy or idea. Like, sorry to say, like, hey, I got family who are veterans and all that shit. And the military in general, as far as like the people I've gotten to know, I fucking love these fools, and they're like my type of like personalities too. Actually, they're little meatheadish, Pause. They're kind of like brutes and meatheads and gym bros. Like I kind of relate to that quite a bit. You have a more grittiness. You can talk shit. You have better jokes you can say with these motherfuckers. At least for me. You talk shit with motherfuckers, right? With like quote unquote real men, right? But that does not mean like, hey, if you're about to go fight some war where you're fucking, it's just innocent. Like 80% of the deaths are just all innocent people. And like, yo, that's wrong, dude. You shouldn't fucking do it. There's no fucking army that will stop me from ever saying that. America didn't give me that. That's existentially done. And that's kind of what Captain America is supposed to represent. Like, oh, he's like the best of us. I would think from a superhero, like, oh, you're like the best of us. And if it's an army guy, a politician, a civilian, if someone's aiming a gun at some innocent kid or an innocent woman or an innocent man, Captain America is supposed to stand in front of them and block the fucking bullet. No matter who's shooting it. But critical, fake drinking fuckface is going to tell me that if it's If it's fucking penguin, orange penguin man, Captain America should get out of the way and just represent America. Because that's represent the nationalistic idea. Not reality, just the idea of it. Sacrifice your morals for the idea that may not be in existence at this very time, at this very moment in time. It probably never existed, honestly. Maybe it existed amongst the people, but I'm telling you, your politicians have been running amok on you forever and ever and ever, without you knowing. Bless you, Anthony. Jesus,
Hey,
you're sneezing so loud.
thank you, bro. Shit. Yeah, allergy.
Hey, it is what it is. All right.
Allergy season now.
Anyways, all right. There's just a reaction to. I'm sure no one will watch this video, and I'm sure the ones that do will turn it off in 2 minutes without listening to any of it, and it's like, oh, you fucking SGW, blue-haired college kid. Meanwhile, I could bench press and throw them like over rooftops if I wanted to. I can grab them by their hoodies and throw them if I wanted to. Because I'm bigger, stronger,
You
faster.
can Undertake them. You can put them in the air with one hand, Undertaker style.
That's right.
Grab them by the neck.
I'm bigger, stronger, faster, more intelligent, more agile, more alpha male than you ever could dream of. Sorry, you internet dweebs. I'll run over you. I will Saquon Barkley you. I will Bo Jackson you. I will throw you over cars, and then I will jump over one on my way there. I will wreck your shit. Just so you know. That's for the dweebs who don't make it to the end. It's just a hidden message, you know. But anyways, there's your little reaction to fake alcoholic critical drinker and his video called Captain Anti-America? Why are you anti-America?